A recent article published in the journal Current Directions in Psychological Science stated that the 5 love languages are not supported by empirical scientific evidence. Do love languages really matter anymore, or are they actually harmful to some relationships? Let's debunk the 5 love languages. 30 years ago, the Baptist priest Gary Chapman wrote the book, The 5 Love Languages, The Secret to Love That Lasts. This book has sold more than 20 million copies in several languages. And as a dating and relationship coach, I have taught about the love languages as a way to better understand how we give and receive love. I thought they made a lot of sense. So why are scientists skeptical right now? First, let's discuss what the love languages are. Here are the 5 love languages. Number 1, words of affirmation, and that is giving compliments and saying kind things to each other. Number 2, gifts, giving presents to each other, big or small. Number 3, acts of service, helping your partner with chores or other types of support. Number 4, quality time, spending time and doing things together. And number 5, physical touch, and that refers to hugs, kisses, or sex. So what's wrong with the love languages? Number 1, people don't really have a primary love language. The findings suggest that most people connect on all of the love languages. So if you've ever taken the quiz and you've thought, well, I like quality time and physical touch and acts of service and words of affirmation, maybe not all of them, but most of them. So finding a primary love languages can be very difficult. Number 2, there are more than 5 love languages. Research indicates that there are additional love languages like conflict resolution and social skills, many different ways that we connect to a partner that matter. Helen Fisher, who you may be familiar with, she's a biological anthropologist at the Kinsey Institute. She says that there are hundreds of love languages, such as being on time, creating interests together, learning things together, and much more. Number 3, sharing the same love language may not improve your relationship. If you don't speak the same love language as your partner, is your relationship at risk? Research suggests that receiving any expression of love is associated with better relationships, even if your love languages do not match. John Gottman, who is one of my favorites, says that learning your partner's love language is not an indication of relationship satisfaction. He says, and I quote, "My general conclusion is that these dimensions are not very distinct conceptually, nor are they very important in terms of accounting for variation in marital happiness and sexual satisfaction." End quote. Gary Chapman, who wrote the book, disagrees. He says couples come to him all the time to tell him that the love languages saved their marriage. He believes that some of the research criticizing the love languages are too literal, and he stands by the 5 love languages being fundamental to human nature and how we give and receive love. So what does all this mean? Is this the end of the love languages? Love languages are still an effective way to start conversations between partners about what they need and want. However, John Gottman believes couples should be focused less on the love languages and instead ask each other, what can I do to make you feel more loved right now? That's a great question, and it really supersedes all the love languages. What do you think? Are love languages a thing of the past, or can we think about them differently as a way to open a conversation and meet each other's needs to feel loved by a partner? Let me know in the comments.